Alright, so for those who aren't familiar, let me give you the backstory real quick. Last year, we partnered with Motivicity Distribution on a project to buy an FK8 Civic Type-R, build it using parts from companies that they represent, and then drive it to race at events across the country. 2 weeks before our first event in California, we found out that we had competition, and a big one at that. Super Street Magazine. Super Street, in the eyes of S3, has always served as our biggest rival. No hate, it's just friendly competition. However, I mean, you know how it goes. They are the LA-based, Motor Trend-owned, big-budget tuner magazine and have been since the 90s, and, well, we're not. We're a team of a handful of car guys with a ramen noodle budget, but it's the dream that keeps us alive, you know? Your typical underdog story. So, when we heard that Super Street was building an Evo 8 to compete beside us, we put our game face on. We raced them at the first event, Never Lift Half Mile in Central California, and you bet your ass we wiped the floor.
Civic laying it down up against that Mitsubishi Evo.
At the end of the project, both us and Super Street were required to sell our cars back to Motivicity for $1 for them to live in their showroom at M1 Concourse. Fast forward 6 months later, Motivicity was purchased and had their assets acquired by Turn 14 Distribution. At that point, we never thought we would see our beloved Type R again. That was until recently we got a phone call.
Alright guys, so there you have it. We officially have our Type R back for good. Not only that, but if you saw the Motor Trend, the Super Street series, we also have their Evo 8. We purchased both of them. Well, I say we. Mike Sanders, he's the co-owner with Wooly of S3 Magazine. He bought both cars. Mike,
the financier.
Yeah, Mike, do you want to go over kind of how this happened and how we ended up with both cars?
Yeah, so as you guys might know, Turn 14 purchased Motivicity, which of course broke our heart because we've had such a great, relationship with Moto over the years. But the Turn guys are awesome too, and a lot of the Moto guys got hired on by Turn. So anyway, but so as soon as we found out that was happening, me and Wooly were calling and hitting up all of our buddies and just being like, hey guys, what's happening to those two cars? Where are they gonna go? And it was just kind of silent. Nobody responded to us, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Brian Lounsbury called Wooly one day and was like, hey, you guys—
Lounsbury is the CEO of Motivicity.
The CEO of Moto. Anyway, they basically gave a pretty amazing deal for both cars. It was a package deal. You had to buy both. And I happened to be in a decent situation where I could make it work, and I did.
And you brought them home. They literally showed up on a trailer yesterday.
Mike did what Mike does and moved some stocks.
I moved some money around,
the only financially responsible one.
And you might be wondering, he got a relatively brand new Type R and an Evo 8. He definitely sold the supercharged Mustang, right?
Nope.
Nope. He still has.
I'm really lucky to have a super cool wife that kind of lets me do whatever I want when it comes to cars.
Yeah, you pulled a Wooly and sold nothing.
I'll sell absolutely nothing.
And the idea of, and you guys don't understand, Mike lives in like a super HOA neighborhood with a relatively small driveway. So like we were talking about it this morning, we're like, it's bound like any minute now.
So it's a golf course neighborhood. They're not gonna be happy.
And Mike even warned us. He was like, we're gonna see cops at some point or another. And sure enough,
they showed up today while we were doing the rolling shot.
A cop rolled up as we were doing the rolling shot.
Y'all hauling ass up and down the road a little bit? I mean, be honest, because I've already got residents coming. I hear you.
Yeah, guys, just
Another place, another time.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Y'all be safe, fellas. Thank y'all.
He rolled up. He didn't even roll up with his lights up. He just kind of idled up and was like, all right,
Got out
guys.
of the car and was like, what are you guys doing?
He's like, be honest, guy, holding his jet vest. Yeah. So, I'm sure it's on everybody's mind right now. What's the plan? Like,
I have no idea. To be honest, I bought the cars because it was great value and I just look for stuff that's undervalued that I can have a lot of fun with. So it was too good of a deal to pass up. That being said, I have no idea, not even a clue what I want to do with either one of these cars, but we're gonna do something.
they each, you know, literally, you know, you saw whatever, 6-8 months ago, you saw us sign the cars over for $1 and they went into that showroom and that is where they sat. They made one trip on a trailer to PRI where they were pushed in, not run. These cars have not ran since that day. This is the most they've ran.
The Type-R still has tire chunk from the last time we had it out on the racetrack.
Yeah, that was real.
ring.
Like that was real. We really sold this car for $1.
Yeah.
And we were kind of heckling about, hey, you gonna let us get that Type-R? We want Super Streets Evo too. That'd be a fun little game. And we were trying to put something together with Moto, and then 2020 happened, and you know everything went to hell, and it kind of went radio silent, and we were like, well, what did we do? Did we piss somebody off or what? And then we found out that yeah, they sold kind of abruptly and unexpectedly to turn 14. So
Yeah, so spur of the moment, like the call was not even a month ago that you got the opportunity or the offer to purchase them. So now they're here. Mike has no clue what they're gonna do with them. I do have to say, just for me, you guys know that the Evo is my dream car, so I'm super bitter about that Mike has it and not me. But that's okay, they're in the S3 family. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to update you guys, give you kind of a fun little intro, just kind of playing around, because you know Super Street, you know, relatively has been S3's biggest rival, if you want to say. You know, everybody loves a good underdog story, so we thought it was kind of funny that we ended up with Super Streets Evo. No bitterness towards them, they're cool guys. You know, it's nothing to rub their face in the dirt as Wooly wants to do.
but we got your car, pal.
So we're all super excited to have them home. Who knows, you might see them at events, you might not, we don't know. The wrap's coming off, right?
Wrap's gonna be the first.
Maybe not the Type-R.
Well, come look at this thing, man. It's like, this car is like 80,000 miles. It's in really good shape. I don't know why they picked such a nice one to kind of mess with, but it's got, I don't even know the color of
It's
it.
Super
But
Street,
it's
dude. They got Motor Trend money.
blue, fairly low mileage. It's a little, you know, effed up, but we
Got some
can.
problems we're gonna
Yeah, each car has their own little issues because they've sat for so long. They both have check engine lights. There's some stuff you can see there in the floorboard where they were rushing to finish because it literally was a rush to do this series. It was no camera tricks. This was all real. So you can see where Super Street was rushing to get this car done for Speed Ring. So like the ECU's laying in the floorboard. So there's some stuff that we need to clean up and just, you know, get right and get these cars dialed for street use. I know Mike said that he might put a smaller turbo on it or something, or just detune it a little bit.
It's pretty laggy right now. I don't know. I've only driven it, what, twice now, so.
With that said, we won't take up too much more of your guys' time. Kind of wanted to update you, show you the 2 new additions to the S3 family. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Subscribe if you want to see more of Super Street's Evo 8 and our Type-R. But until then, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace out. Have a great day.